order this month's policy meeting, March 19th, 7 p.m. And I just want to give a little background before we start, because we got a very large policy alert, but I just want to give a little background as to why this is being done. And we're going to try to get through as many policies as we can, knowing that our time is limited today and the agenda is long, so we may have to do some next month. So,
two representatives on the Board of Education here tonight.
I believe Mrs. Kirby, had a situation where she had to be in transit, but I believe she was gonna be
she didn't tell me anything.
on, she mentioned that she was gonna be, did she, Alan, did she mention to you about coming on as a panelist versus?
Was it for, she told me BG&T and Wendy's.
Oh, okay, so not for this one then.
There should be other board members here.
Is Gail still here? Maybe she could sit in.
Where did she go?
left.
Oh, she left.
She left, she's coming back. She's on a, where's that?
And Mr. Gorham is supposed to be here, but he didn't notify me he wasn't coming.
Oh, he was supposed to be here?
Yes. Okay, I'm sorry. So we're gonna go back? We can continue?
Absolutely, I believe.
All right, let's see.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay, the New Jersey State Board of Education re-adopted NJAC 64:7, Managing for Equity in Education. And this provides rules governing equity in educational programs to guarantee that each student has equal access to all the educational programs, services, and benefits of their school district, regardless of the student's housing, socioeconomic status, or immigration status. In addition to any protected category previously included in NJAC 6A:7-1.1. It also includes protected classes listed in the New Jersey's law against discrimination, such as race, creed, color, national origin, ancestry, age, marital status, civil union status, domestic partnership status, affectional or sexual orientation, genetic information, pregnancy or breastfeeding, sex, gender identity or expression, religion, disability, atypical hereditary cellular or blood trait, served in the armed forces of the United States, or nationality. So the revised list, this is where this is coming in, is going to now include additional protected categories currently recognized in NJLAD. To align with these revisions, Strauss Esme has recommended the list of all the protected categories throughout the policy and regulation guides be replaced with the phrase "the protected categories listed in NJAC 6A:7-1.1. So that is basically what this policy update is about. We have all the policies that have those previous categories listed to be updating the language, and there's also a few other changes that we have to make. So we're going to try to get through as many as we can tonight, but whatever we don't, we will table till April. And all of these are mandated, and at least we're going to be starting with the mandated ones. So the first one on the agenda is 1140, Education Equity Policies. Affirmative action, the word program is being removed. And as stated, it's no longer being referred to as affirmative action program. It's going to be referred to as educational equity policies. And there's another couple of wording changes related to the statement I previously made as to why we were doing this. And any questions on that or anything that I didn't mention, Dr. Chanley?
No, that's, basically, as you said, it just requires a board policy to substantiate compliance, making the policy guide 11.4 mandated. And it's basically the change, minor revisions and updated administrative code, relocate information addressing the CEP to policy guide 1523.
Okay. So that one is mandated.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next one.
Yeah, we do it quickly.
1523, we're trying. All right. So the revisions to policy guide 1523 add requirements to the CEP, which I did look up that acronym for the public. And it is the Comprehensive Equity Plan. Okay? So the CEP section 1 through D requires a board policy to substantiate compliance, making policy guide 1523 mandated. So we have all the examples of suggested holds and revisions.
Yep.
Anything on that? No? Questions?
No.
Okay. Now we have the regulation also. So that's also regulation 1530. The revisions in regulation guide 1530 provide some additional guidance for the compliant procedure. A compliant procedure is required. All right, moving on, policy number 1550. Am I going out of order?
No, you're running.
No, you're fine.
You're fine.
1530, right?
Well, there's 1530 policy and 1530
Yeah, that's
regulation.
1530.
Yeah.
Or did I just?
No, she did that. She's on 1550. She did the
I
regulation.
did that. Oh, my goodness.
So the policy, regulation, and policy.
Yeah, now we're on 1550, which is the anti-discrimination practices
And that's the
equal employment.
policy will look right.
Yeah,
Not
this
regulation. Policy.
All right, so most of the revisions in policy guide 1550 remove the list of protected categories and replace the list with the expanded list as defined in NJAC, which I went through
Correct.
previously, and this is also a mandated policy.
3 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now remove.
Now we're doing a regulation 2200.
Correct.
Curriculum content, also mandated. So the only revision in regulation guide 2200 removes the list of protected categories and replaces the list with the expanded list as defined in NJAC, et cetera. Okay, and this one is mandated. Now we are on 2260, equity in school and classroom practices. The revisions in policy guide 2260 include the relocation of information addressing access to adequate counseling services to policy guide 2411 and also align with the recent revisions in the law. The title has been updated. This is mandated. Okay,
And then there's the regulation.
our regulation is, yep.
Should it be-
Let me see, the regulations, the revisions in the regulation guide 2260 provide additional guidance for a person filing a complaint. A complaint procedure is required. The title has also been updated. Okay, and we have that.
Yep.
And that is also mandated.
And we don't make any choices.
Nope.
I just want to make sure we
And
don't.
then that's just the,
2411, we're gonna hold this till the end.
because we need choices.
Yes, we have to select things on that one.
Come back to that one.
All right, so 3211.
Oh,
Code of
2423.
ethics.
Wait, guidance counseling, the 2411 we're
That's
holding.
what we're holding.
But are you 2423 we're holding as well? No.
Uh,
Oh, I don't have it.
I don't have any.
I don't, oh, I found it, but I don't have it in
No,
the numbers. I got it.
We're at 3211.
32
No, but 2423.
It's not in the agenda.
Oh, I have it here. I don't know why.
No, I have it also. It's on the
Me too.
agenda.
There it is.
Oh, you know what, though? I believe it is not part of the stress estimate.
Well, here it is, bilingual education.
Yeah, it's a general policy and
Okay.
regulations guide updates. I was gonna do.
Oh,
this
gotcha. Oh,
after
you
we
want to do it
do-
last? That's smart.
After we do
Okay.
the managing the equity updates.
Okay, so we're gonna
That's
flip.
okay with the.
Yep, absolutely,
that's fine.
absolutely.
All right.
So 13211.
Yep.
Okay, that's the code of ethics. So the only revision in policy guide 3211 removes the list of protected categories and replaces the list with the expanded list as defined in the statute. It is recommended a board adopt a code of ethics policy for professional educators. The Code of Ethics and Policy Guide 3211 is published by the NEA, the National Education Association. A board may consider and adopt a Code of Ethics policy from another source, or a Code of Ethics policy is developed or revises locally. This is recommended. It is not mandated. Is there any discussion on this?
Do we have a code of ethics policy?
We do have one now. There were some recommendations on what can be removed. So
Yeah, we have an old one.
taking out legal guardians was suggested or recommended. You know, adding the statute on number 6 was
Yeah,
recommended.
2010 was the last time that we had ours. And it is the removal of certain things. You're absolutely right. It was, no, under 6, it was recommended to remove race, creed,
Code of ethics policy.
color.
3211.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's for teaching staff members.
Right, that's what I was looking at. Okay.
So,
I say that it makes sense if they give us a revision that's aligned with an association.
Yeah, there's
that's a lot
very
like it
minimal.
should be.
very minimal language changes. So this will be on for first read.
Correct.
Okay, this was recommended for separate. Okay, the next one I have here is 5440. It's also recommended, it's not a mandated policy. Oh, this one we have to fill in.
Yep,
Do you want to do it now or you want to hold it?
let's hold it. So
Yeah, we're almost there.
There's a lot of fill-ins, so let's hold it
Okay,
so we can get
We go to
the,
sportsmanship,
all right, sounds good.
5570.
5570 sportsmanship, so it says it has been updated to align with the 2023-2024 NJSIAA General Information Constitution Bylaws, Rules and Regulations. I'm assuming that's the New Jersey Association for Sports, correct? Okay.
And we currently do have one, and the one we currently have was updated in 2012, was the last time it was updated.
Okay, so other revisions in policy guide 5570 include removing two optional provisions for determining unsportsmanlike conduct and removing the list of protected categories and replacing it with an expanded list.
Yep.
All right, so that's good.
That'd be a first read as well.
Mhm. And where are we at to 5750? This is a mandated policy, equitable educational opportunity. And it's reference to the Amistad Commission curriculum, and the Commission on Holocaust Education curriculum has been removed from Policy Guide 5750, as these curricula are referenced in Policy Guide 2260. The other revisions in Policy Guide 5750 remove the list of protected categories and replace it with the expanded list. This is mandated.
Should take that.
Hmm?
I said you should take that.
Just play it back, this is mandated.
Oh,
It's mandated.
The language
Using
move
it
as per the
language
list.
down further.
are we doing on time?
We're doing great.
You're doing fantastic.
All right, so
Secret
the
societies.
next one I have on the agenda, 5755. Oh, no, that was abolished. It's not on the agenda. It was equity in educational programs and services. It's being abolished. I don't think it's provided there.
Nope.
Because this is policy guides 1523 and 2260 address all of the requirements outlined in policy guide 5755 and address the district as a whole, which includes students, eliminating the need for policy guide 5755. All right, now we're up to 5841. This is a recommended policy called secret societies. The only revision in policy guide 5841 removes the list of, again, removing the list of protected categories and replacing them with the expanded list. I didn't know we had a policy like this, but, you know, it's just updating the language.
Taking out the word social, leaving in the word
Yes.
student,
Mhm.
and capitalizing policy.
Yep, a student organization instead of social organization of students, and it has to be approved first by the principal or designee. Okay. All right, the next one is the equal access of student organizations revised, 5842. And this policy is being revised to remove number 3 in the list and to address staff involvement in student organizations. In light of recent United States Supreme Court decisions, Strauss-Esme recommends the district discuss the situation with their board attorney to determine how best to address these issues. Other revisions in policy guide 5842 remove the list, etc. So there's, have we discussed this with the board attorney yet, or are we?
Send this to me.
No, what we do if the recommendation is to move forward with that. If not, no agent or employee of the district will promote, lead, or participate in the meeting. If it's recommended, we either could remove it or we could replace it with something.
Mhm.
Um,
You want to table this one?
So let me ask a question.
Yeah.
So this is, so it allows us to permit this use of the school for student-initiated
Mhm.
organizations for non-curricular student activities. They initiate the organization regardless of if they do not deny an opportunity.
Correct.
Which is fine. So they're just removing,
the fact that the employee of the district will promote, lead, or participate. So it would be, I'm trying to think of an example of
does that
a,
mean that they can have a committee without an advisor?
It's just using like the school facilities.
the
Would that
advisor
fall
could
under
not be an
facilities?
employee of the district.
So then who would supervise this? Well, like they were in the building, using the building.
I don't understand.
So
Yeah.
if the permit is used by the school facilities by student-initiated organizations, the non-curricular student activities. So
Mhm.
let's say we have a student-run organization, they are students of Monroe Township, but it is a non-curricular student activity, is not part of our district, and they want to utilize the facilities, they may, but their suggestion is that no employee of the district would participate or lead it.
Okay,
So
that would
that
mean
mean
they
the
would,
cricket club? Would that mean?
No,
No. Just
like
kind
if they
of-
wanted
But
to
that-
be the Volkswagen Punch Buggy Club.
Correct.
you know,
Right, yeah.
I can't think
No,
of
that's a
anything
great
else.
example, though.
You know,
That's a
they
great
have a
example.
club, they wanna meet here and nobody from.
But wouldn't that
Millville
fall under
staff-
our use of facilities?
yes, it would, and our use facilities is pretty clear, because there are requirements regardless of what the particular program is. So if they want to come, they have to have proper insurance, liability, certificate of liability. So I think the key in this is that it is the suggestion that no employee of the district promote, lead, or participate in the meeting, because it is not a school sanctioned activity. Is that the way you're reading it?
Yeah, I think the difference between what we have and what it's looking to change to, and maybe we do want to discuss this, is our current policy says a teaching staff member shall be assigned to attend a pupil-initiated meeting in a custodial capacity and shall not participate in the activity. So you ask about supervision.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what it looks like it's changing is
Mm-hmm.
the teacher's
Right.
staff members' requirement to participate. So there is a little bit of a discrepancy between what we have currently in place and what they're looking to change.
Yeah.
Well, so
So-
number 7, number 6, formerly number 7, if you remove number 3, states the activity is adequately supervised by appropriately certified school district staff. So it doesn't say that there shouldn't be a supervisor.
Correct, well, they
But
say
it says
right.
that no agent or employee of the district can promote the Volkswagen Punch Buggy,
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you,
or participate in the meeting.
it really can easily just be moved forward for a first read. I'll tell you why. If you look on page 2 of 2, they're saying the same exact thing that we have on page 1 of 2, what Dr. Lehman just said.
And it
An
aligns,
appropriate certificate staff members shall,
Yep.
to which there is no discrepancy.
okay.
Truly, because we already have number 3 in the old,
Mhm.
page 1 or 2, no agent or employee of the district will promote, so really they're not saying anything different. From what I'm reading is, I think that they have, language in there that we didn't have. They're removing language we never had. And I think it's probably because the way we wrote it, see? They have a student's race, color, creed, religion, we don't have that.
Mhm.
And we don't have that, which is good, it means we're ahead of the curve, because we already don't have what they want us to remove in the previous policy. So for example, it's not there.
And it aligns with our use of facilities.
Yeah, it aligns with our
What
facilities.
is, so I think it's something
So
that we
that's
can
gonna
move
go
forward.
for first read?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Is that in your
If
first
it's-
read file?
Yeah, I'm doing it right
Yes.
now.
I thought this was your first read file, but okay.
Right, you
Well, I
agree?
think they're, all the ones that we went through, and
Yeah.
we said, okay, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Figure it
fine.
out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There's too
Better
many
you than
papers.
me.
All right, the next one is vandalism, 7610. So this guide has been updated to remove the list of protected categories and replace the list with the expanded list that we spoke about earlier. It removes the specific list of violation and includes notification to law enforcement in accordance with applicable laws. Policy and Regulation Guide 7610 have also been updated to address acts of graffiti and provides for a court to order the student to pay restitution to the district and assign community service requiring the students to remove the graffiti. This is recommended.
And appropriate. I think it's fine.
Yes, okay, we're moving it forward.
It's policy and
Works
regulation.
for me.
All right, now we're up to,
So that was the policy, now this is the regulation.
Regulation.
yeah, it was the
76,
same
talk
for
about
both.
that.
Yeah, they both include them together.
Yeah.
And then we have 9323, notification of juvenile offender case disposition. This policy guide has been updated to align with the NJSA 2A:4A-60, 53:1 to 15, and 53:1 through 20. One of the revisions in this policy guide involves a list of protected categories that we spoke about earlier. And although this list does not include all of those categories listed in NJAS 6A7-1, Strauss Esme believes this list still addresses equity in the schools. A confidentiality statement has been added. This is recommended.
And I agree.
I think we should.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. If you're gonna
Okay,
recommend,
yeah.
you might as well have.
Yeah.
They say it's now changing, like before you had to advise the school principal, now you have to send written notice to the principal or designee. So
Which we
there's
do-
more
Which we do get,
paperwork.
just so you know.
Yeah.
We do get written notice.
Okay, good.
What's already
We're
happened.
moving it forward.
That's great.
That's already happened.
So we're up to 24, 23?
Yeah.
We're going backwards, right?
Well, in your book.
So these are the last two. Policy and regulations, the only ones we're holding is the guidance now. Maybe we can get to it, I'm not sure.
Sure.
But, all right, so policy and regulation 2423 for bilingual education, this is mandated. Let's see,
Make
the
it fast.
recent amendments to the statute address that services multilingual learners, previously called English language learners, need to meet or exceed the New Jersey student learning standards to reach graduation and post-secondary success. The 4 key areas with revisions are definitions, identification, organization, and additional requirements of the school district. The title has also been updated. They have been rewritten to align with the revisions stated in the statutes. And they are also a requirement in the Comprehensive Equity Plan, Section 3. All right. So ESL, it seems to be, the word ESL is being removed,
Which was English for second language for those people.
Right.
No, yeah.
and it's just being called bilingual
Bilingual
education. Okay,
Mhm.
any questions on that?
No.
No.
Put it on the bowl.
All right,
Put it-
and the next
2411.
one, 2431.4, it's policy and regulation, prevention and treatment of sports-related concussions and head injuries. Let's see. Policy and regulation guides have been rewritten to align with the provisions of the new guidance and to replace the board's existing policy and regulation guides. The revisions to policy and regulation guides 2431.4 are aligned with the most current recommendations developed by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Adoption of policy and regulation guides will ensure a school district is in compliance with the statutory requirement to maintain a policy that is aligned with the most current recommendations developed by the CDC. And then the regulation also develops a written policy for prevention and treatment of concussions and sports-related head injuries if a school district has programs of athletic competition, which we do.
Mhm.
All right?
And this is not only mandated, but something that we currently do, and we follow through with, district concussion protocol before a child can return to play.
All right, so the only one that is left is the guidance, but we're running over. I don't know if you wanted to go over that real quick.
We could, well, why don't we just mention and see if we can come to a conclusion, and if not, we could always just move it to April. How's that?
Where's the chair?
2411.
2411. So we have to choose from one of the alternatives. All right, the policy we currently have in place has, all right, so I'll read you what the choices are. A program of guidance and counseling, including developmental career guidance and exploration, shall be offered to all students in this school district and shall, and then you can choose from 4. So be conducted entirely by teaching staff members certified as guidance personnel. That's one option. Include the services of teaching staff members certified as guidance personnel and other designated teaching staff members. That's the second choice. Third choice, be the responsibility of the classroom teacher who may draw upon the services of other more specialized staff members as required. Or the final one, which is the one that's currently in place now in our policy, is to
Mhm.
involve the coordinated efforts of all teaching staff members under the leadership of certified guidance and counseling
And that's the
personnel.
one we'd like to keep, and that's how we do it, and we just, you know.
Yeah,
for
it's
people that want-
basically everyone works as a team.
Correct, and we have Naviance currently, so that's one of the online programs that we utilize and continue, so we'll put mandatory here.
Yes, I
I
did.
did it too.
I figured we
I
would
filled out
pick
this
that one.
Yep, excellent.
And then it also
Just trying to
updates
be
the
helpful.
language.
Yeah.
Updates the language to include.
The
Yes.
new
The new
categories, the more
NJ 6,
expanded
7.
categories.
Did them all.
That's
Yeah,
it.
It's 5440.
that's it.
We did them all?
Oh,
which one?
5440, one more, out of student achievement, but let's hold off on
That one's
that.
got a bunch of.
Okay, so we're gonna hold off on that one, table it till April.
Okay.
Sounds good.
For our next job.
All right. If there's no questions, that concludes this month's policy meeting.
Good job.
I can't believe we got through that. Thank you for all your help.
Nice job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
All right.
I need to drink your water.
You do.
I think